Hey YouTube, I'm bringing you guys another video of the, as you can see by the title, the Glock 17. This is the California model. So if you're from California and you're looking to purchase this firearm, I was making this review for that reason. Quite simply, I think that there's not that much content online about up close and very detailed videos on the Glock 17, and in general for that matter, any firearm in California that you purchase here, there isn't that much videos on them, so that's why I'm making this video. But to get started with this, I purchased this firearm, I would say, oh man, it hasn't been that long, but I would say about like three months or so since I purchased it. Honestly, very happy. But without further ado, let's get to what you're here for. So let me go ahead and flip this. So this is how I have it. This is how it came. And this is obviously the warnings that come with it. Where I purchase it has my name here and my serial information here. And I know that this is upside down, but I'm just doing it for the purpose of the video. So once we open it, we're met with this right here. So this is pretty much what you get with the firearm. As you can see, well, these have ammunition in them, but that's because I went ahead and put it on there for you know, personal reasons. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, we'll kind of cover what it comes with, which of course you'll know. The most boring stuff, paperwork and the lock. The lock obviously usually comes in a bag, but I went ahead and I took it off from there already. But I just leave that in here just in case. You never know when you're going to need the paperwork, so I just leave it in there. Now, as far as it comes with a speed loader, or yeah, that's what's called, a speed loader. You pretty much just put it on the magazine. Sorry, like this, and then you would press it down, and then put the next round on top, and you're good. So they come with one of these, which we'll put to the side. It comes with a bristle or brush wire, and then it comes with an actual rod. So you would thread this onto that rod, and then you know, you thread it, and then you can use it as a barrel cleaner. So you have that. It comes with only 2 magazines, and then these are obviously the California magazines, so they're limited to 10 rounds. It doesn't matter what you do to them, they're only going to have 10 rounds. But an up close shot, so you can see what they look like. Right, let me see if I can get the lighting on there. So that's kind of what it's gonna look like. In the bottom of the plate, that's the angles of it. And then, well, obviously it's gonna have a steel inside, or some sort of metal on the inside. I'm not sure if it's aluminum or stainless steel. And then obviously it's going to have the plastic coating on the outside. As you can see, well, obviously this one has a round in it. But one thing that I would like to note is, if you're buying magazines for your Glock, I did purchase another one that I have right here, and this one I bought it off of a store, off of Turner's. And it came with this little dimple right here, which they all come with it. So if you're stressing about like, oh, maybe mine's is broken, or sorry, maybe mine is broken, it's not. That's how they come, but that's what it looks like. And honestly, nothing too special. A lot of people have already seen what they look like. Nothing else comes in here but the firearm itself. So in true fashion of Glock, well, it comes with the U sights that some people like, some people don't like. Or I'll put it like this, maybe, just in case. Let's see, can we line them up? Yeah, like that. But yeah, pretty much this is the firearm that's going to come in the box. So you can see, everybody knows what a Glock 17 looks like, right? But sometimes you kind of have to appreciate them a little bit more. Glock symbol. Now, as far as the grip goes, it is a much girthier gun than, like, for example, your SIG, or, you know, maybe like your regular compact guns. This is a full duty sized gun. That's the reason I got it. I wanted something a little bit longer. I've shot my 320, but I just didn't. It's a little snappy, right? But it is a shorter gun, so of course it's gonna feel a little bit snappier. But I just wanted to see what it was like to have a longer gun, or a longer barreled gun. So I bought this. Obviously, this is a Gen 3, so you're only limited to Gen 3s in California. But pretty much, excuse me, what you do is you can slide it back. We can show clear. This is what the gun's gonna look like when obviously the slide is racked back. Now, as far as the other side, this is pretty much what it's gonna look like. And I'm just kind of covering this little part right here. But that's kind of what it looks like. It's a little bit more simpler on this side. Right? And I know some people are gonna hate that I just did that, but honestly, I don't really care. It's my gun, I can do how I please. Again, we're gonna show clear, right? And then we're gonna press. Pretty heavy trigger pull. Honestly, not the greatest trigger, as everybody knows, but honestly, I don't really care. I know some people make it a huge deal that, oh, it has to have a gun has to have a really good trigger. Honestly, it does. I don't really care. If the gun shoots, it's gonna shoot. Now, having nicer things, it's better. But back to the Glock 17. Like I said, it does come with the U sights. Now, the sights themselves, I know a lot of people dislike them. If you don't like them, you can obviously switch them out. However, for me, that I like to train in very interesting scenarios, the sights are actually a really big plus for me because I have an astigmatism on my left eye. So because of that, when I shoot my firearm, when I try to do training with my left eye to shoot, it pretty much doesn't allow me to align my sights well because, you know, I see double sights like this pretty much. So for that reason, I do like the U sights because it makes it really easy to center the front dot, the front post on the rear U shape of the rear sights. And it actually is beneficial. I think that's a great training tool. If you want to learn how to shoot and you have an astigmatism, I think it's actually the perfect gun to do that with because off the factory it comes with those sights. Now, as far as the Glock 17, there is a couple things I will point out that you might dislike off the gun. The first one being this hump right here in the back of the handle of the firearm. It's a little bit uncomfortable, but if you have a little bit bigger hands, kind of like I do, I mean, I don't have huge hands, but I'll say I have about average sized hands. So when I grip the gun, it does kind of dig into you right here, and it feels kind of weird when you're gripping the gun, right? But besides that, it's pretty comfortable for me at least. Other thing to point out, right here on the grip, where this molding is at, right here on the handle, you can see that it does have like some sort of like you know, groove pattern pyramid shape to it. But it has these grooves right here that some people might find them uncomfortable. I find them comfortable, so that's why I got it. The other thing to point out right here is it does come with a rail system. So the rail right here, obviously it comes with one little pick slot here. You can put in a light. I decided to actually, I've already made a review on this one right here before, but I bought an O-Light, the Valkyrie PL3R. So you just slide it on there. And this is kind of what it would look like with a light on it. And obviously, well, it's really bright. So that's kind of what it would look like. So we'll take this off for now, just for the sake of the video. The other thing to note too, some people dislike this little groove right here on the, or not the groove itself, but I think the area around the the trigger guard. They dislike it just because it kind of like chafes into some people. And then obviously, well, some people also dislike the beaver tail right here because they get like, I don't know, some people get scratched or something from what I've seen. So if that's for you, you should probably consider that before you go and buy it. But besides that, it doesn't come with a, it does not come with a plate system, so it's not an MOS obviously, and it's a Gen 3. The other thing to also look out for is it doesn't have front serrations, obviously, like the Gen 5. So if you're looking for that, you could just get the if you're looking for those two features, actually, sorry, then you can just buy the MOS slide for the Gen 3. They do sell it now here in California, and you're able to purchase it for like $300. You know, get yourself the plate cover, and then you also get yourself the front serrations, and then obviously, well, I think different sights as well, if I'm not mistaken, but and a different finish as well. It is darker. Yeah. Another thing to also consider about the firearm is the trigger is a little bit different. So if you're not used to those like pretty long trigger pulls, you might dislike this gun. And then, well, the other reason that you might dislike this gun, me personally, I found it kind of it didn't break the deal for me. That's why I have the firearm. But if we go ahead and so when you insert a magazine and you're trying to unload it, right, it kind of, like, even if you have it this way, even if I'm pressing, I have like I can reach and I can use the controls really well. You have to really dig in there to like make the magazine slide out. But even then though, it's still like kind of, you know, when the slide is back, it's still kind of, even, and this is loaded, right? So even when I see it gets stuck, and I don't know why it does that, but maybe I have to break the magazine a little bit more. But when you go ahead and you put them in this way, right, just regular, and you take them out, it's super snappy. I mean, talk about it working. It works perfect. I mean, nowhere near a SIG. I'm not a SIG fanboy, but nowhere near that SIG, but it's there, right? But the other thing to consider, it does not have a safety. So if you're looking for a safety, it does not have a safety. Honestly, I recommend, if you are a new user to firearms, this is up to you, honestly. But if you're gonna buy your first firearm, I would like to believe that you should buy a firearm with a safety, just because you're going to get used to the used to handling the firearm and having that safety on. However, if you do feel that you're I'm no one to change your mind. If you feel that you're educated enough in firearms and you feel like you're not going to be an idiot, then I mean, by all means, get a Glock. It has no safety, but obviously things can still go wrong even with the safety. So but I'll tell you from knowledge, you can definitely make mistakes, and you definitely just want to make sure that you take into account it is a firearm at the end of the day. So you always can injure someone, you can injure yourself, you can kill someone, you can kill yourself, and obviously not in that way, but I'm just saying, like, you can end up harming yourself or others because of your negligence. So just keep in mind, it's a firearm. It's a firearm. It's not a toy. But besides that, that's kind of the firearm itself. Besides that, I hope you guys can enjoy this a little bit. I didn't go over the box again, just because it has some of my personal information on here, so I'm not going to show the box as much as I would like to. But I'm going to show you one more look at the firearm again. So this is what the firearm would look like. Or, I mean, honestly, I don't know which way I'm gonna upload it in, but I'm just gonna show both. And then honestly, I like the way this side looks a little bit more, but that's just me, right? And then obviously it has that indentation that I forgot to go over right here. In case it gets stuck, you can put your finger and take it out. That's pretty much it. in case you are wondering if you do want to get a firearm, I would highly suggest you getting one now. Honestly, they're trying to get rid of these firearms, obviously because you can put a switch on them and become a felon. But besides that, I took too long already with this video. If you have the time to watch it, thank you for watching it. If you don't have the time, well, I still thank you for even clicking on the video. I'll try to bring you guys another one. And yeah, see you guys soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.